That's my morning view, and we're about to drink coffee together just to adjust. I don't know if you noticed, there's a cross high up on that mountain, and I use it every morning to recalibrate myself, to know where all the power and everything I ever wanted comes from. So, main reason for all obstacles and challenges that people are going through is that they're expecting from people what only God can give them. So, deep core wounds that most people are carrying around come from never experiencing unconditional love that they always needed. But that wasn't because something was wrong with them, simply because people from whom you expected it weren't vessel that embodied that type of love, unconditional love. Why? Not because something was wrong with you, as I always say, but because through their journey, somewhere along the way, they lost the spark and they lost the connection. So, forgive, and God will allow you to receive unconditional love, unconditional clarity, and everything that you ever wanted and needed, but you were searching it on all kinds of wrong places. One of my most favorite saying is, what's to man this is impossible, for God everything is possible. And that's true. I mean, God brought me back from that twice. So you really think that He can't manifest your goals and dreams and your desires, whatever it is? As one of my favorite teachings says, and Esther Hicks says, it's easy to create the castle just as it is easy to create, but how do you say that? Never mind. But the small is the same as big, and nothing is small or big. Thinking makes it so. As I said, what's on a pedestal for you, for someone else is everyday reality. So question everything. Everything is belief. Mind is all is mind. So what keeps majority trapped? People are going through this journey from 3 states. Unfortunately, most of them, me included, previous version of me, are doing it backwards, wrong. Most of people think, when I have this, then I'll do this, and then I'll be this. No, that's wrong, because you are living from the place of Shakal's world. Literally, 24/7 in a place of fight or flight, animal state of being, primal state of being. But when you know how to recalibrate, to put yourself into alignment first, then what you're doing is you're coming from a place of alignment, and even the smallest action took from a place of alignment is million times more powerful than any effort or action took from effort. So do whatever you gotta do to be healthy, feel good, look good, because when you feel good and look good, you do good. You can't do good or feel good and be beneficial for yourself and for the society if you feel and look like crap. We all have bad days, and I mean, this channel from the beginning is raw material. There are scenes of me sick, me of literally looking like a little piece of shit, because I felt like a little piece of shit. I was completely disconnected. I was fucked up in every word and sense possible. I was at those first videos and at the beginnings of this channel, literally leaving something for those who knew me to remember, because I was signing off from this world. I was sick. I was not depressed. I, no matter how hard it gets, always find something to hold on, because my spark of light is always more powerful than any darkness. But I was, you get the picture, effed up in every word and sense. So why? Because I was thinking back then that I must have something in order to do something and then to be something. Well, life and grace of God literally brought me back to main settings, so to speak. I had to be cancelled to relearn and rewrite, and literally now be in a place where if the page is not what I want today, I will just do like this and rewrite new script and new scenario. That's applicable to everything in life. So you might not be responsible for what was happening to this moment, but when you know that you hold the power to rewrite your script and your scenario, and maybe you wasn't in charge of previous chapters, but now you get to decide how the movie ends and how the main character, you, through the shift of your identity, go from villain to winner. For man, impossible. For God, all things are possible. I mean, in a sense, I now know and not feel cocky or like I'm bragging when I confidently say that I was chosen. Chosen for what? To spread the word. None of this is mine. I have deep knowing and intuition that these words, this knowledge, the way that I get it and understand it, that's not mine. I mean, I was always curious for unseen, to learn. I like to learn, to read, to expand, to have open mind, to if I don't know something or I don't understand something, I have zero problems to say, I don't know this, please teach me. Or so I'm committed to be a lifelong learner. But even from that point, it's impossible that this deep core understanding comes to me just from this journey. I mean that I think and I know that I'm proof that we are here, God knows which time, uh, in a row. And that is the reason why I think that I'm chosen, because it now is clear that from the beginning this was one of the bricks at my journey, to be a vessel for me, God, for you, call it whatever you want, to express through me and to share the word of my story. My story is my certificate. I was brought back to be a proof and a witness, and not motivation, because motivation is BS. Motivation less too short, because it's not deep installed, but inspiration comes from spirit. And when you are inspired, like I am, from the power greater than you, to spread the word, it comes naturally for you. Why I'm chosen by the higher power? Because all that things that I thought were natural, meaning spending hours and hours in reading, in expanding, in understanding. I have thousands of journals like this where I literally explore, learn, understand how the mind and thinking patterns and beliefs and all that jam works. I mean, come on, guys. I'm drinking my first morning coffee. It's around 8 a.m. Saturday, and look what I randomly opened when I wanted to tell you how long and how much I am doing consistently, and thousands and thousands of learning, exploring, understanding that lasts for years. But look what randomly opened when I took this journal. I mean, come on, F me. My mind is the center of divine operation. Come on, come on, come on. At the moment when I'm speaking, how I'm chosen from God to spread the word. I think I could literally, we're at 15 minutes of this recording, and I think that I could literally hold this next 1 hour and sit here like some enlightened Greek monk who spent years and years in search of answer. Come on, look what enlightenment is doing for you. I did my best to realign and recalibrate and adjust before I pressed record this morning. And look what alignment brings to you. Confirmation. Remember this. This is my confirmation that my mind is the center of divine operation. And zero fucks given from now on. Excuse my French, but I like to say it sometimes because it feels good. Form of relief. In my neighbor, young, beautiful woman, which I know since she was in her mother's womb, came here from another country because she got married and went to live abroad. She's in Europe, but different country, and she has beautiful son. I saw him yesterday a second time. I saw him last time when he was coming here to visit his grandparents first time, and he was so tiny and fragile and small. When I saw him yesterday, I was in awe. He's such a beautiful baby. His little feet, his curly hair, his full lips, and the way he is grasping her for her shirt. I loved it. I enjoyed seeing him last night briefly. That's one of the also most important thing for you to work on this journey, to have strong community around you, to have people you can rely on, people that are interwoven through generations, and connection that is unbreakable, that was built through generations and built on trust and being there for each other's literally for centuries. We have that here. Explore your lineage, and it's such a beautiful way of going through this journey when your environment is in tune, when there is love, when you're deeply connected with your people. So I heard her, and I'm happy that she'll be here. She's younger than me. I was born in on February 14, 1980, and she's in March, I think March 2000. So she's 26 years younger than me, but that doesn't change anything. We're close, we love each other. I am an awesome friend with her mom, with her dad. Simply generation, my grandparents and great-grandparents, we're literally just one fence away, and that's something that lasts for centuries. I love the energy of children a lot. They have a capacity to immediately recharge me. I was amazed last night of the purity and goodness of the child's heart. A brother of that woman I spoke a minute ago has house next to mine, and he has two little kids, and the younger one is, I mean, they're both beautiful children, really, but the younger one, He is a true gem. I never saw a smaller kid with bigger heart, and he always leaves me in awe. Last night I was sitting with my father. He had dinner and I was eating watermelons. And this little kid was calling me to go to see him. It's a few feet away. And I went there and he was sharing with me his day, that he was at the swimming pool, that he had awesome time, so on and so forth. And I was eating chocolate. I had two little pieces of chocolate, and I broke it to give him one piece. He took it and he looked me in the eyes and asked, "Do you have one more piece for my brother?" His brother is older than him, but his brother isn't like that. His brother is opposite. His brother is always taking away things from him. From time to time he even punched him. But this little fella, I adore him. I adore him. I have to put my curtains a little down because it is so, guys, you are at the right place in the right time, doing the right thing, because here is 46-year-old woman who just got a sign from above that my mind is divine operation, divine center. My mind, what the fuck, I wasn't focused. Look at that. Last summer, every night, literally every night, a frog was visiting my window. I think I even spoke about it. I would do my night routine, wash my teeth, take a shower, prepare myself and go to bed, and I would hear a frog. I would look down from my window and literally every night frog was looking, maybe it wasn't so strange, I mean, but in a kind it is. If that frog wasn't looking directly and turned to me and looking directly, so I was by the way, I stopped searching signs for the signs like I used to do. Yes, I still take a moment to appreciate, I don't know, feather, repeating numbers, synchronicities. Yes, I always notice them, but I'm no longer obsessed like I used to be. Why? Because I know now that I am a sign. I am a sign of God's miracle, brought back from death twice to share the word, to spread the word. So I am the most powerful sign. But at the time when I watched the spiritual meaning of a frog visiting you, look, fully rely on God. Frog, fully rely on God. So whatever it is, stop trying to solve it, because it was never yours battle to fight. It was always God's to win. and he has weapons you only could dream about. I already won the lottery. Of course I did. God gave me life. I like the idea of randomly opening here and see what pops up. I have thousands of journals like this. Learning, then checking out if I was consistent with breathworks, with learning, with, you see, everything checked out. And what says here? You become your vision. When nervous system is stabilized into your new identity, manifestation becomes authentic. I mean, come on, guys. Come on. Let me repeat this. You become your vision. When a nervous system is stabilized, I didn't pronounce this, and here comes again my perfectionism, but you get the picture. I know that this word should be pronounced something different, but never mind. You become your vision. When nervous system is stabilized into your new identity, manifestation becomes authentic. And I think that I shall pull this to be reminder. All kinds of gems here I have. My eyes are God's eyes. I see through spirit. Everybody does. You see, you have your own eyes, and there's all-seeing eye above us. God's eye. That is, you know that song, somebody's watching me. Na, 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 na. Let that not be your anxiety. Rewrite it that you are always observed and guided and safe and protected because you are watched by all-seeing eye. So my eyes are God's eyes. I see through spirit. Soul is subconscious. God restores your soul. Also one of my favorites. I'm the daughter of the king. My rich father now and forever pours his health, wealth, love, happiness, whole life success upon me and those that I love. Jesus called for the kingdom. All conditions are perfect in for the kingdom. My yoke is easy, my burden is light. That's also one of my favorites. Resistance is hell, it puts man into torment. I can't lose anything that belongs to me. That's one of my favorites. What's mine is mine, and what's not, I don't need it. It gives you so much relief. You know how resistance feels, and the more you experience resistance through your life, the more you know how to navigate and to recalibrate and to say, is this how I want to feel? You know that feeling, shitty feeling. And as I said, when you cut the tree of blame and bring yourself through awareness, because awareness is the most valuable asset you can gift to yourself. And when you ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? First step, awareness. Is this how I want to feel? Refocus, recalibrate. I was one of those who was stuck for days, months, and years in constant thoughts of self-criticism, loneliness, something's wrong with me, others got it, I don't, I haven't figured it out, everyone did, I'm left behind, I'm late, it's too late. No, that's just self-sabotaging part of your system. Because God, guys, we have inside PP, part of brain, predictive processing, meaning when you're not aware how mind works, you're literally cursing yourself. You are through predictive processing literally imagining results you are trying to escape from. That's worry. Worry is praying for unwanted things. But being strong in faith is knowing that even if you are brought with massive bleeding, and even if I literally was in those moments like, fuck it. If I am out, I'm out. If this is exit, it's exit. I'm ready. And I later read somewhere this awesome quote from Rumi, I think, that fear of death in which most people are living is the worst place to be, because those people never live fully. It's like they're always carrying that fear with them. But when someone lives fully, as I did, he is ready and prepared to exit at any moment. Let go of all fears. Read more about Tesla, Nikola Tesla, view of leaving this physical realm and how we are back to light, because we are at our core all light beings and in essence light. That man was genius. Genius. Why manifestation and law of attraction and all that good stuff for most people isn't working? Let me tell you why. I can sit here and affirm next month, literally, all kinds of positive affirmations and so on and so forth. But if my nervous system is unsettled and I'm not at that frequency that matches those affirmations, the time that I spent in it is wasted time. Only when you recalibrate and when you emit that frequency that is matching whatever it is that is your heart's desires, that's when manifestation is instantaneous. I like the work of Louis Hawes. He's awesome guy, and I like his story from rags to riches, and the message and the way he is elevating collective consciousness. And I like his podcast School of Greatness. And let's say my not goal, not desire, but I see myself sharing my story in his podcast. But if I saying this feels like far away from possible, it's not gonna happen. But if invitation from him to speak in School of Greatness feels natural and normal and like invitation from my neighbor to drink coffee this morning. It can happen literally tomorrow. As I said, what seems like overnight success for someone, trust me, you haven't saw what was behind the scenes. And life will never give you money, love, success, none of those awesome things before you are ready for it. Why? Because you will mess it up. You will mess it up. And that's why this is. When your nervous system is stabilized into your new identity, manifestations become automatic. What's luck, guys? Practice. Practice. The shortcut to happiness is making other people happy. Many times in those years of struggle and resistance training, I literally wasn't feeling like I wanted to live, but I never used that to do and cause harm and pain and suffering for others. I was doing opposite. Even when I was in very, very challenging situations, I was doing my best to with my capacity do good for others. Nothing is small. Many people think, well, what can I give? I don't have enough even for myself. Yes, you can, bitch. You can give. You can give your time. You can listen to someone. You can, I don't know, go to the store and prepare some good food for someone you love. You can send prayer for someone. You can visit church and light the candles for those who are going through difficulties now. Whenever I walk and see my hospital, I send prayers and thoughts and ask God for help for all the people who are in this moment going through what I, through His grace and mercy and love, easy overrided. Send prayers. Be aware that you are just one tiny part of this beautiful tapestry of existence, where you are with your unique colors and talents co-creating you choose either light or darkness. I know how darkness feels. I've seen it. I didn't like it, and I did what I could do to rewrite the script and story. So once again, decrease importance. Whatever you think is so important will always run away from you because it is so important, and you are by the over exaggerating its importance, putting yourself below it and separating yourself from it. But if you are now working on, I don't know, health, wealth, love, happiness, success, whatever it is, feel zero separation from it. Let all your deepest heart's desires be normal to you. And when you ask yourself why this is normal for me, it's normal because I was born. And that's it. I was born and it's normal for me to be healthy, happy, beautiful, lucky. Wherever I go, whatever I do, I'm getting luckier and luckier. It comes easy and natural for me to live spontaneous fulfillment of all my heart desires. Look the way I speak. I have zero resistance and separation from my words. Whereas at the beginning of the inner work and personal development, I remember, and guys, it's hilarious. At the beginning, when I would say affirmation, for example, I am rich, my mind would immediately go, bitch, no, we don't have even $50 in our wallet. But I would still continue. I am rich, I am worthy, but constantly in the back of my mind it was like red, like this. For here it was this red alarm. Nah, 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 wrong, 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 wrong. That's how disconnected I was. Literally none of those BS affirmation, mirror work, nothing worked. I remember when I was beginning with my mirror work, and I would take the mirror and look myself into the eyes. I would say, I am beautiful, I am smart. Immediately in the background, no, you're not, you're a failure. Not this shit again. Blah, blah, blah. Hilarious. But with consistency and with tracking and being committed and knowing deep down inside that I am capable for more, I stabilized finally my nervous system into this place where now my new identity and my manifestations are automatic, on autopilot. What's also very, very important for you to know, please, as Gabby Bernstein would say, she's awesome. You know her books, The Universe Always Has Your Back, and many others. And one of my favorite saying from her, get out of your way. Get out of your way. Because, listen guys, many times what you want so desperately wasn't even meant for you. Once again, one of awesome examples for that is you wishing that this woman or that man or that job is your highest peak possible performance. No, God has something better for you. In many cases, God has something better for you, but you are not allowing God to work through you. Please don't do that. Don't do that. For me personally, what I wanted the most was what effed me most. But when I finally said, okay, God, I sealed the deal. Something stinky here. I let go of everything, and I was always control freak because I never felt safe when I was child. I am coming from traumatic early days of my life of experience. I was speaking about that before here. When I was doing regression and deep healing, one of my first memories that came to me through regression was me in a crib crying, and nobody is coming to hold me to say it's okay, you're safe, because my parents had challenging relationship. There was alcoholism, physical abuse. Simply my first knowing about life was unsafe, danger, insecurity, pain, tears, screaming, fights, physical abuse, and so on and so forth. So when through regression, finally came to that moment when, while there is screaming, fight, fear, through one of those regressions, I finally stepped in and took my baby self. And that feeling, guys, the most powerful thing you can do in your life is to reconnect with grown, powerful version of you that is now giving to yourself all that you ever wanted as a baby or small child. That's where the game is finally changing in your favor. That's when the game is finally changing in your favor. So forgive. When I was holding grudges and I was resisting and in a way hating my parents for not giving me what I needed, let's say just that hug, uh, I was leaking energy. One of later regression sessions where I found my core limited program about wealth was when I was coming from the school. How do you say in English when children are going with the class to some other country, or never mind, you get the picture. When I came back from that school trip from another country, and yes, we were back then in war, we were in fucked up situation as a collective in my country, but I remember that I was so happy that I bought some, I don't know, some perfumes and some makeup. It was high school, and my mother, instead of saying, okay, good, nice, I don't know, I remember that she was so angry. I think that she even slapped me why I spent the money for something stupid like that. And through regression, uh, the woman I worked with told me that, because later on, whenever I bought something good for me, I don't know, uh, something for skincare, perfume, makeup, irrelevant, whatever I bought for myself, I felt guilt. And she told me that that comes from that moment from my childhood, that my mother acting in that way was message that I interpreted like I'm not worthy of fine things, of good things. So please, everything is belief. Question everything, everything is belief. You are worthy of all your heart's desires just because you were born. And that's it. No adding. You are worthy of everything just because you're born and you are here. Do whatever you have to do to feel safe and worthy in your being. That's what my disease taught me. My disease put me in a place of literally canceling the world and turning back to my heart. And through turning back through my heart, I released all the things that were wrong about life and were installed inside me when I was a child. You gotta do that. You gotta do a regression and see what your deep rooted early year programs are that are wrong. Never, never, never think that something's wrong with you, as I did for a very, very long time, because that, as I told you, that idea of college, 9 to 5, pension, and that never was something that I was attracted to. I always felt called to create something meaningful, something that has my mark on it, uniquely mine. You have, and every single soul has unique talents. Every single soul. Follow that. Follow that. That's where your blessings are. That's awesome. From, look at this. How big that is. Is there anything here that wants to come through this morning? Something good written. It's good. Once you feel it, you can't unfeel it. Alignment. Once you feel it, you can't unfeel it. And that's the saying that says, I think that also Rumi said that there's a voice inside you that's quiet. Follow it. That's this. Once you feel it, you can't unfeel it. This place is a dream. Only a sleeper considers it real. The death comes like dawn, and you wake up laughing at what you thought was your grief. I mean, come on. Never wait to have so that you can do, so that you can be. That's wrong. Recalibrate, realign. Once you feel it, you can't unfeel it, is what you must have. And from that place of being, you will take inspired action, action from alignment. As I said, action from alignment is millions and millions, as Trump would say, billions and billions and billions and billions times more powerful than action took from effort. And what happens? Automatically you will have beyond what's your wildest dreams, because that's how this game of life should be played. I recommend you The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. I never, when I first learned about the law of attraction and how things work, I never asked first for material things. I asked for knowledge. I asked to be deeply rooted in knowing, and that's the greatest wealth and abundance you can ever give to yourself. Why attention is important? Because we only experience in our mind where and what we are placing our focus on. You can only experience in your mind and in your life what you filter with your mind. You also can't act on opportunities you never notice. And what's in charge of what you're noticing? Your reticular activating system, because we are perceiving millions and millions of information daily, and if there weren't RAS, we would literally go insane. But RAS is filtering out everything that's irrelevant for you. That's that famous example with cars. When you buy a certain car, immediately you start noticing it everywhere. Does that mean that everyone bought the car as you did? No, that just means that your RAS is now more focused on it. It's the same with everything else. So your RAS is, and in that sense, you can reprogram your mind to see through RAS only opportunities where you previously saw obstacles and blockages. I did that. I was through early years childhood programming being that thought that because of my background, because of I hardly went through high school because I wasn't interested in being boxed in, because of everything that I went through, that I am in a way restricted. No, I wasn't. I was just chosen. I now know that I'm chosen, but back then it felt like I was restricted, something's wrong with me. Others figure it out, I didn't. I used to see obstacles and blockages everywhere. I even self-sabotaged good opportunities in my life. I was always attractive for men. I don't even know how that comes, because I was never girly girl. I was always tomboy because I grew up in the village. I was always drawn to raw, to nature, and I was literally, and I still am. Look at my muscles, guys. Look at this. But I was always attractive for men. Even now, younger men are attracted to me. But not younger, meaning younger a few years. Younger, like 20 years. When I was pondering why, I think that that's because men like most women who are natural. Not just natural how they look, but natural in behavior. A woman who like to enjoy food, who laugh from the bottom of their heart. It's so, for the collective, calculated. What can I get? No one comes from a place of what can I give, that people who are living from that place of knowing and giving are really true gem today. True gem. And back to the story. I not just that I only saw obstacles, but I was even self-sabotaging One example. Back then, I like to do this, to watch at my cup and the figures that coffee made. One of the examples of self-sabotage was back then when I was not a lot younger, but younger. I had a man who had his private jet, not jets, but sports jet plane, those small planes. And what was someone's dream was ordinary for me, to go at sea, to go to other cities, to fly daily. Whenever we were bored, we were flying, enjoying. And I remember he was attracted to me. He loved being in my presence. He loved the way I enjoyed in flying, because I was always attracted to flying. And one of my work when I was 7 years old, that was published in local newspaper, was about flying. And when I did last year one of reconnection, I got to the point, and that's the moment when I knew and felt that I was on a verge of a breakthrough, when my dream from when I was 7 years old reconnected with something that I was experiencing through the regression. Same dream, same flying above everything. Something shifted at that moment. But somehow I managed to self-sabotage that, and to never mind, I'm not sorry, but I just wanted to say to you that that's the power of your RAS. So either you'll train yourself to see obstacles, or you'll see opportunities. Lucky people hold level of confidence, certainty, and conviction. What type of confidence, certainty, and conviction? They just know everything is always working out for them, no matter what's happening at the moment. And knowing that, and really feeling that, not affirming it, but not being aligned in your nervous system with it, but knowing this and being aligned with this in your nervous system will put yourself in a place where world must respond to it. There is no other way. World must respond to it. So you either blame conditions and wait, or you solve, create, and act. So I was in a place where I was blaming conditions and waiting, but then I decided to act and to create, no matter of my conditions. Look at last sentence here. You owe your future the version of yourself that figured it out. Something like that. You owe your future family the version of you who didn't give up when it got hard. And because this is 1 hour long video, I had many more things to say, but for now I will end it. And once again, I will repeat, you owe your future family the version of you who didn't give up when it got hard. Awesome. Wish you great day, and I will talk to you soon.